to welcome everyone. It's a wonderful turnout. My name is Anna Marie Coveney, and I'm the art gallery director here at the Nehring Gallery. The Nehring Gallery is operated cooperatively between the DeKalb Park District and Northern Illinois University in two entities. One is the College of Visual and Performing Arts, and the other is the Outreach Office. So I have to do a little bit of housekeeping. This is our sign-in sheet, and we'd love to have your autograph. So I'm just going to hand this around. And in the notebook, there are some of the publicity articles that we have in the local papers and our postcards and so on. So I'm just going to start that right there. And then I have to do a commercial. We have a drawing. There are two prizes for the drawing. One is the Masonite wing deer, and the other is the story of the DeKalb Town Roberts Band. And the tickets are $1 each, or 6 of them for $5. And that happens at the last gallery room on your way out. And we hope that most of you have had an opportunity to take a quick run through. And you're welcome to stay longer after the talk, and you're welcome to come back again, because it takes a while to take it all in. And now I'd like to introduce to you the president of the DeKalb Ag Alumni Association. And he's been so instrumental in getting this display to the Nehring Gallery. So, Emerson Wells.
Thanks, Anna Marie. I need to get my notes. For those of you who were here Sunday, this will not be near as long as Sunday was. Thanks, Anna Marie. We appreciate the Nehring Gallery. We appreciate Mrs. Nehring making the donation of the building to the Park District. We are very proud of this exhibit. I want to emphasize that it's probably only 1% or so with what we have. And it's our first attempt at doing something like this. So we've learned a lot. We really wanted the whole exhibit to be more of a storyline like it is here for Mr. Gunn, which Dave is going to talk about today. There are members of the alumni board here. I'm not going to take time to introduce all of us. We have these tags on. If you have any questions, suggestions, donations, see one of us, and we'll be glad to either answer your question or get the answer for you. Anna Marie mentioned the book, and the Roberts family has donated a few copies of this to us to use as a fundraiser. I didn't know that until this morning, and so we have a few copies here. There's a suggested donation to the alumni group of $20 for the book. We don't have a sign on the book. There's no envelope put money in, so you got to grab one of us if you're interested in the book. 10 years ago, about now, I received a call one day from Bob Pritchard, who was still working for Monsanto at that time. And Bob said, the chicken coop's going to be bulldozed. It's been sold, and any department that has anything in there needs to get it out, and the archives are all still there, and nobody's going after it. He said Monsanto's already had representatives here to go through it, what they wanted to keep, and the rest of it we need to do something with. So we grabbed some people and hauled 13 pickup loads of 20-some four-drawer file cabinets, plus boxes and boxes. Since then, we've moved all that material 3 times. And when we got the material and we talked to some professionals, they said you don't have clear ownership. You can't really do anything with it till you get clear ownership. So there started a 2 to 3 year procedure. We had to catalog everything, so we had to hire someone to go through all of it. That was Sue Breeze, and make the catalog of it. Then we had to present that to Monsanto to get a deed of gift. And all of that process took about 3 years. We received the deed of gift, and in the process of cataloging it, we found out that we really had 2 types of material. Ooh, I'm so full of this. One was what you would, a type of material that if someone 100 years from now was wanting to research and find out what really made DeKalb Ag click and what happened business-wise. And then the other material was material like you see here. So we divided it into the two groups. We donated the archival material, all the documentation, to the NIU Regional History Center at the library at NIU. So that is all saved and is available for anyone who really wants to do research. And so then that left us with what we call the three-dimensional, or the exhibit material. And one of our goals is to find a permanent home for not only this 1%, but the rest that we can do. So that's the goal of the alumni group. We feel that the two goals, one, we've accomplished the history, the documentation of the history of the ag is preserved. And now we need to find some place to put this type of material. Anna Marie mentioned the registration. Please register. It's important for the Park District and the people who fund something like this to know how well it's used in order to maintain the funding. So, and put whatever information you feel that you want to on that. These types of presentations will be made every 2 weeks from now till April 21st, and the gallery will be open from 11 to 2 on Wednesdays and 2 to 4 on Sundays. With that, I'd like to introduce the speaker for the day. I want to give Dave Smith and Dwayne Rubendahl credit for what you see on this wall, except for this. I don't know who it is to receive credit for that, but Dwayne and Dave spent a lot of time documenting the history of the early experiments that Mr. Gunn did. And so we were a little concerned until, I don't know, what was it, 9 o'clock last night? I finally got a call from Dave that he was on the ground in Chicago. He was stuck all day yesterday on the East Coast, and we didn't think he was going to get back. And if he didn't get back, by his wife Bev was going to give the presentation.
No, I had it on a little thing that you could clip into something.
With that, Dave Smith.
Thank you, Emerson. I'd also like to thank the DeKalb Alumni Association for the opportunity to give a presentation like this, and we really owe some thanks to some people, some in the room, not in the room. Emerson won, Tom Floody won, Larry Mix won, Tim Kane won, Dr. Mark Mesmer. Through a lot of negotiation and people just saving some of these things, we're able to see them now and view them now, and they are being archived at the Northern Illinois History Center over at NIU. So, very appreciative of that. What we're going to do, and we're going to try to do it as interestingly as possible, is just cover 145 years. We're just going to concentrate on 84, so don't worry about it too much. But this whole thing got started, 1865, Gregor Mendel, who was an Augustinian monk, had been doing some really good observations when he happened to cross common garden peas. And he found out that certain characteristics were heritable, and he called them heritable units. Well, later these things got to be known as genes. So we started at 1865. We'll spin up to 1896. Eugene Davenport, who was an animal scientist at the University of Illinois, asked a question of Cyril Hopkins, who was the plant and soil person. He says, corn is great. I love it for animals, except, wouldn't it be nice if it had more protein and oil? And Cyril Hopkins said, well, let's look into that. So he planted the material, started self-pollinating. Well, there were no breeding schemes. They really didn't know what was going on, except one thing that Cyril noticed. In the first 4 years of selection, there were some where there was a 50% increase in oil and protein. And he thought he was really onto something. Now, he was getting tied up more and more into administration, and so he